All right, now it should be working. I wonder if people can ask me questions. We have 60 minutes to talk about work, love, money, destiny, anything that's happening right now in your life. We can explore it. I can pick some cards. You can ask any question you want to ask me. What is happening at the moment in the world? It's pretty screwed up, I think. So let me see, even the Facebook's working. Is it working now? Yes, I think now it's working. Let me just see if the question section is working. Let me try. All right, it's working, so I'm waiting for your question. It seems I'm the only viewer right now, but I'm sure some people are going to come in today, Sunday, live from Puerto Vallarta. You can have access to that video all around the world, from Paris to London, New York, Los Angeles. Well, for now we only have one viewer, but everything has a start in life. So I don't know how you've been feeling so far. There's crazy things happening everywhere. Some of us have lost our jobs. Some of us had to completely move 100% online, which makes things very different. You work from your little bubble. You are away from the world, what you know, what you used to work with a team and be able, take the subway every day or take your car, go somewhere. So now everybody's like more focused on working from home, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to pick a card to see what is the vibe for today. I had a little problem promoting that video. I put it on my Raphaël Pathé personal page, so I don't know if anyone's aware of it, that it's live right now. But let's see. So what is the card for today? What is the vibe? Today is Sunday for my first RTWM Tarot Live, Raphael the World's Medium Tarot. So let me shuffle these cards and see what is going on today. Right, so the card I have is a balance card. It's a card of, it's all these energies, yin yang. You have to be able to put everything together. The stone that was on this card is the mochi marbles. These are little stones that you can find in Utah, in America, actually, so you can pick them on the floor. One of them is yin, the other one is yang. The idea to have one in your hand, that's going to be the negative part, like the feminine part. The positive part is going to be the other mochi marbles. By putting them in your hands, you can start meditating and getting a sense of balance. Both of the energies are balancing themselves. I discovered these stones actually a while ago when I was in Brittany with my friend Morgan, and she introduced me to these mochi marbles. She had one or two, I think she had two big ones, and I touched them, and immediately my heart felt like it was going to burst. So it was pretty wild. It's a stone. It's actually made of metal, and it comes from the volcano, if I can remember, and it's pure metal. And touching it is like, it rebalances everything. If something is not in balance in your body, it's going to put it back in place. So it's a very interesting card we have today. It's a day to try to find balance. Don't be too crazy. There's a full moon tomorrow, so everyone is a little bit crazy. And I was just listening before that Aquarius, Taurus are going to be really shaken by this full moon occurring tomorrow, August the 3rd. So that's going to be a little bit crazy. I see a little heart. Someone seems to be watching something. I don't know where the heart comes from, but you are invited to ask your question. What you want to know, what you feel today, you are welcome to ask me a question. And I'm going to pick some more cards as the viewers are joining, as people will be watching. So we're waiting. I don't have any comments yet, but I think somebody was watching because I saw a little heart. So very good to know. So let me pick a card and see what's going to happen this month for everyone. What will be the vibe, So I'm going to pick a crystal card, see what is going on. So relationship healing. So it seems that August is going to be a moment for everyone to fix your heart. It's been really difficult. It's been complicated. A lot of people were locked at home, not in every countries, but in a lot of countries it's been that way. So for a lot of people, you've been alone. Ah, ben voilà, Lou! One viewer, hello. So it's been difficult for a lot of people to be locked at home. A lot of people have been liking human contact, kissing, hugging, having sex. All that has been really difficult. It is a time right now to maybe find a way to reconnect with love, you know, with love and loving yourself and reconnecting with the world. Alors Lou, comment vas-tu? Bienvenue en ligne. Il y a une petite question pour commencer. Est-ce que tu veux nous poser une question? Est-ce que tu m'entends bien déjà? Dites-moi si tu m'entends bien. J'ai mis mon petit micro et je me demande si ça marche. Is my microphone working? This is the question for today. Is it working? Is the microphone working? Anyway, I think it is. I would imagine so. So I'm going to keep shuffling cards and see what is happening. Let's see what's going to happen in the world. And I would like to ask a question because so far we don't have any. Okay, Lou hears me well. I want to ask a question about Donald Trump and see if he's going to be re-elected for the new presidency in the US. That has a huge impact in the world right now in a sense that you know, it's promoting the US in a certain way. And let's just see if he's going to be re-elected. What is going to happen in November, I think, if I can recall. His election 4 years ago was a little bit shaken. It was shook the world, if I may say, and now I want to see a little bit what is going to happen, you know, in November. I know a lot of people want to know about that. Gratitude, interesting, that card is coming up. So I guess people are probably going to start being more concerned about what they received, you know, who gave them what, who, you know, there's been a lot of promises for a lot of people everywhere, but who is going to, I think people are going to vote for someone that can give, comment tu vas au futur avec le, I'm going to tell you. Je vais répondre. And so I feel a lot of people are going to vote for the person that gave them a lot, that has been, you know, really, they're going to vote for a person that have been giving to them. And in return, they will vote for that person. So maybe for some people it was Mr. Trump. For some other people it would be some politicians, Biden, or, you know, people that have given them the impression that they've been giving them during the years or the months, or generosity, they will vote for that person. So whoever that is, it could be Trump, it could be someone else. I would imagine someone else, because I feel that a lot of people feel that, I mean, I don't think everyone feels that they received a lot for Mr. Trump. Some other people did. You know, we'll see what happens. I think it would be more someone who's really giving and who's just giving to people and gives that impression that he's giving. So as a result, I need to, let me just take a little card and see if Biden's going to be elected. And I'm going to use my tarot right now. I'm using the tarot of the Tsars. And before I answer Lou's question, comment vois-tu, how do we see the future with COVID and everything? But first, let's just see if Biden's going to win. Let me check, because I started to ask that question. Let's see what I can see. Okay, so is Biden going to win? I think so. Actually, the Six of Coins is coming up, and I can see a sense of balance, and I feel that he's very, very likely to win, to be elected, because there's a sense of balance. It's like give and receive, and it joins the crystal card I just had that was about gratitude. People being really willing to follow someone who's going to give them back. So there should be a lot of changes. And now I'm going to answer the question of Lou. Alors, je ne sais pas en français ou en anglais. What is going to happen with COVID? What I see with the future of the COVID. So I have my personal opinion about the matter. I do feel that a lot of people are in danger with this virus. But I feel that personally, my own personal view is that if you don't have existing conditions, if you're healthy, you know, if you really have a lot of energy in yourself, if you feel healthy, you have a good lifestyle, you eat well, you don't feel sick, I feel that somehow you have a certain level of protection against this COVID thing. So first of all, this is my own opinion. I feel that if you're healthy, if you have strength, if you're not already sick, I feel that you have a certain level of protection against the COVID. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. And how I see the future with that, I think what would be interesting is to see from September what's going to happen. everyone feels that there's going to be like a second wave, and of course because of the cold, it's like the flu in winter. People are becoming more sick because they go inside, and inside is very hot, and then they go outside, it's very cold, and that's when they catch a flu or any kind of disease. You are more likely to catch it in winter in a cold country. So I do feel that because the virus is still there anyway, I feel that September should be a really hit. It should be really bad. September, October, November, I think it should be a very big hit, and then December things should get better. So let me see what I can see for September. Okay, so I'm gonna pick some tarot card, my Tsar Tarot of the Tsars. It's all gold, and let's see what's going to happen in September in relation to your question. September, October, November. I've got 3 cards on my table. Let's see. Okay, so let me see. December. Yeah, I feel so from what I'm feeling from the cards, I feel that September is going to be really like, we don't know what to do, we're not sure, it's going to be a little bit depressing somehow, you know. People will be really like, what can we do, what are we going to do, because it's going to be a bit of a moment, a time of how can I explain it, like people are going to start analyzing, okay, what do we do now? It's September, what's been happening with this COVID, what are we going to do in the future, what are we planning? And it's going to be very depressing because we won't be sure. We'll be like, okay, what can we do to make it better? And it's going to be a very difficult moment, quite depressing. Things are not going to work out. So September, I feel, is pretty screwed, I have to say. People are going to be quite unhappy, starting to see what we lost already in the economics. And so I don't see September being very good. It's going to be quite depressing. In October, I can see, you know, society wanting to move forward, to fight for it, to move forward, to go for it. But then I see November again stopping everything, like that virus doesn't want to go, you know. So November is going to be, it's very difficult to go, and it was not a good move to move forwards in October. So society, I feel, is going to try to move in October, move forward and try to do things and, you know, and fix it. And I don't see it working. It is not going to work, the whole fixing process that starts in October. Then November, it's absolutely not working. December is not really working either, in a sense that we will notice there's a sense of betrayal in that whole virus thing. So I don't know where the virus comes from, but the way it is being handled, there's a strong sense of betrayal, of hiding things. Nothing is clear, and I think we will find out during these coming months, September, October, November, December. December is going to be when we get it. Something has not been dealt with properly, and I feel that January, I see the World's card, which is why I call myself the World's medium. I feel that things will be changing then in January. So I find that until January, it's a big mess. But the underlying problem is not the virus, it's the way things are being dealt with and why it's not being fixed in a better way. I see things like in Sweden, for instance, where people didn't wear the mask, and finally the epidemic is going away. So, you know, once again, people put the mask, but in countries where they haven't put the mask, it seems that the epidemic is going away. So how can one explain that? In Puerto Vallarta, for instance, a lot of people are not wearing the mask. They're on the beach, and I have to say that around me, I talk to everyone, to everybody in pharmacies, and it seems that there's very, very, very few people who are sick. So, you know, I want to see the link between what you see on TV and what actually is happening. And I feel that during the next 4 months, we will realize that in December, we will realize that everything was a big lie, even though there is that disease, but the way it's been handled, the way we talked about it, the way we dealt with it was ridiculous. And January should bring like something completely new. January 2021 should bring a big awakening on that, and a new way to deal with everything. And January, I feel, January, February, you know, from January 2021, things are going to get much better. So for now, I think it's better to take as much time as you can to evaluate who you want to be in this world, where you want to live, who you want to trust, how you want to deal with everything, but very importantly, who do you want to follow, what do you want to listen to? Because in January 2021, I feel there's going to be a solution to all that, and we will be very surprised to see that the real danger was maybe not that virus, but the way we've been handling it. So, yeah. That's what I would say. So don't be prepared to be, you know, stuck at home all your life and this new normal. I don't believe it. I don't think there will be a new normal. I feel that, yes, the internet has been developing itself a lot and we can work a lot from home and be live, that's for sure. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that this will be only what it is. And remember, being a human being, we're not supposed to be at home talking in front of the computer. This is very bad for our eyes, for our mind, for everything. The computer, you know, the live and all that, it's amazing because you can communicate with tons of people. But at the same time, this is just one little thing we can use in life. But the most important thing as part of our experience, life experience, is to connect with each other, to talk to people, to meet, to touch each other. We're humans, we're animals. We'll never be computers or machines. So it's important to remember what's important for our well-being, our happiness. And I think by January we will understand, and it's going to be clear to a lot of people, that it is in the interest of society to have us, to have everyone on front of the computer 24/7, to not interact with each other other than through the computer, because everything can be filtered, analyzed, and monetized. As when we are all together on the beach talking as part of a group, nobody is listening to what we do, nobody is making any money of what we are talking about, of what we're exchanging. When we're on the computer, like right now, or like on the phone, or any of these kind of electronic communications, then someone can make money of us, you know, control us, monetize our thoughts. And, you know, so it's very important to understand. I don't think there's a new normal. I do think that the technology got to a point where it's really advanced and it's amazing. And I also feel that we're going to connect with other people from other planets. That's going to be a big, crazy things. But once again, that virus, I feel, is not the end. This is not the first time society faced some kind of virus, but it is the first time society faces such a problem with a virus or flu or plague or whatever, with such a strong power of the internet and of the medias that say whatever they want, you know. Anyone now watching CNN or watching any kind of medias, it's like watching a movie. There's no link anymore between Netflix and CNN or any kind of things you see on Facebook. So that's the problem right now, misinformation and being locked at home. So anyway, all that to say, I feel that through December, some people are starting to talk and some people are starting to have a different vision of the whole disease thing. And I think some people are very positive and they will make sure that the truth comes out. And I feel it's going to come out by the end of December. But also I feel that I do think this disease is going to go away. I don't feel it's going to stay. So if that answers your question, I feel this year is pretty crappy. It's a bit of a transition, but it's also a moment for people to understand that it was going to be that way. People are trying to control everyone with the internet, with the phone, and it was a moment anyway that people needed to be awake, you know. That's an awakening as well, you know. So, and also people need to remember there's more like 1 billion people on the planet, so everyone is free to create their own reality. There's no need to follow one thing or another. From one day to another, the whole system can collapse and another one can rise up. So what we do, what we follow, is only what we're being told to follow, what we're being told to watch. But we can all do what we want. We're free at the end of the day, you know, and that's why a lot of systems have been collapsing and the new system rising, and it's been like that always. So maybe this is the moment for the system that we know to collapse, and to be careful while this is happening and make sure that that everyone survives this change, and yeah. So yes, I feel it's going to get better very much. And yes, so that's how I see the future. But what I don't see getting better is, like, you know, being spied on, cameras everywhere. It's okay now to scan everyone, to film everyone, to monetize everything we are, everything we are. And we must not think that it's okay. It is not. Freedom is definitely a base of being human, you know. Freedom is the most important thing, and it's not about fighting, but it's important to claim it. You know, we're free. We're free. We're completely free. And that starts with free to take care of our bodies, you know, to eat well, breathe well. I have to say that here in Puerto Vallarta, during this pandemia thing, the beach was closed for a little while, but I have a different vision of the thing. While I think it's good to maybe, you know, not get too close to people when there's a sickness going on, Just like the flu, for instance, when you know there's like a big flu outbreak somewhere, you try to, not get too close to people. That's not the moment to kiss everyone when you know there's a flu or something happening. That being said, you still need to breathe. You need to go out. You need to go to mountains. You need to go by the beach. And for your own health, to empower your body and your health. So I was still swimming, from time to time, even though the beach was closed. And I'm glad I could, because that's what kept me healthy. I haven't been sick. I've never felt so healthy since this COVID outbreak. And I'm in Mexico. So I think everyone... It's also a moment for everyone to start to eat well, breathe well, start breathing proper air, stop the air conditioning, open the window, stop the heating, start to really reconnect with yourself, reconnect with nature. That's what I'm feeling. Hi, Kent. Good to see you. We were talking about the coronavirus and how we see things happening during this coming year. And what I felt is that until December, I'm saying again, until December, I feel things are going to be a bit complicated. But in December, I can see a real awakening. And then January, things being much, much, much better. And I also wanted to say that there is no new normal or any new anything. I feel that it's a phase and things are going to shift and be definitely much better in January. And it's important to remember that we're free and that we're all free to do anything that we feel is good for ourselves, to feel better, to feel protected, whether it's about eating healthy, breathing some fresh air, swimming, or staying home, putting a mask. Everyone can really do what they want that they feel is going to be good for them, but it's important to always remember what is right for me is not necessarily right for everyone. And I think that's part of the freedom. That's what I feel. So, Kent, anyway, if you have a question today, now that you're logged on, for my first Tarot Live, you are very welcome asking a question as well. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking about whatever. So you're very welcome asking a question as well, since you are now logged on the show. I see a little heart. That's always very pleasing. I am live from Mexico in Puerto Vallarta. It's Sunday today, very hot here, very tropical. I've got my cards, I've got my crystals. You can check my website, raphaeltheworldsmedium.com, to see anything I do. And I'm here today, like every Sunday, I'll be here replying to your questions at the same time, noon, LA time, 2 p.m. Mexico time, and then we've got France, I think it's about 9 p.m. We've got London before 8 p.m. So the whole day on Sunday, you're all welcome to ask your questions and to join us. So now I'm going to talk about a crystal I have, because waiting for more questions. So this is a Herkimer diamond that I like to use when I do my sessions. I like to put it in my hand, and it helps me to focus my mind, focus my thoughts. It's a crystal that is being found in New York in the mine of Herkimer. It's very unique. I bought this one in London in an amazing store called Venus Rocks in Notting Hill. And what I like about the Herkimer, it amplifies your thoughts. So when you're not sure about something, when you're like, right, should I read that book? Should I read that book? Or should I go left or right? I just take my Herkimer diamond and I focus on it, and it helps, focusing my thoughts and knowing what I'm supposed to do. So the Herkimer diamond is definitely a crystal I recommend for people who have a problem with attention, or people who need to concentrate, writers, people who are in mathematics need to be very, very focused, people who work in the computer world, and people that need to be precise, focused. The Herkimer diamond, I feel, helps to tune your vibe and it helps you focus. So I think it's a really amazing crystal. And I love that piece of crystal that I got in London in that amazing store called Venus Rocks. It's an amazing store in Notting Hill, and the guy who works in there has been traveling all around the world with his family, or everywhere, and they bring the most amazing crystals you can think of. I mean, that piece is really, really good. That was really, really cool. So now I'm going to pick another card. Let's talk about the subject. I'm just trying to see what could be interesting now for everyone. So let's talk about, Let's talk about Ellen DeGeneres. I read a lot about her at the moment. It seems that some people say she's very difficult to deal with. She might even stop doing her show online, on TV, her Ellen show. And I want to see what's going on with her, because why not? I used to watch the show a lot, and I think it's a good show personally, but maybe she's a bitch to work with, and we don't know. So let's see what is going on with Ellen at the moment. Ellen DeGeneres and her show, the Ellen Show, that's every day. So let me see what is going on with her right now. So I'm going to take a crystal card and see. Okay, cycles. So it seems that this card usually comes up when someone is shifting, someone's not really sure of what they're doing anymore with their lives. So it seems that maybe she doesn't feel as strong as she used to about who she is, what she's doing, her image, how she dresses. She's a little bit lost at the moment, you know. It's also a sense of gossips around, people talking a lot about her. She's not really in her bubble anymore. It seems that she maybe she needs a Herkimer diamond that would really help her to reconnect with her thoughts, to reconnect with who she is. She needs to be more grounded as well. It seems that she went away from herself. So maybe that's why that's happening, the gossips, the people talking about her, things not working for her. So my advice for her would be to maybe go to swim, actually. Maybe go to the beach, you know, go to the ocean and try to release all these, I don't want to say mess, but everything that's happening in her mind and being lost. And maybe she needs to release all that in the ocean, you know, all these gossips, all these, and to kind of reconnect with herself. I feel that is what's happening to her. So moving on to, what can we talk about? Do we have any questions? I have one viewer. Thank you for watching. I think I didn't promote the video on the right place, and also I wanted to put on Instagram, but then there was a button that didn't really work, so I don't know. This is just trying. Let's see what's happening. I'm gonna pick like some more cards and see what is going to happen. Let me see what I can ask again. Let me remind you, I'm Raphael, the world's medium. I'm a psychic and a medium. I work all around the world. I do consultations on Zoom. People ask me questions about work, health, money, what's going to happen in the future. I also reconnect with people who crossed over. I'm a medium, so when someone crosses over, their energy, their soul goes in another dimension, and I have the ability to connect with that dimension. So I can talk to them, see how they feel. So sometimes you have someone who crossed over and you want to touch base with them, see if they're okay, and I can be in between. That's what a medium can be. I can also communicate with animals. Sometimes you have an animal that's not feeling great, like the animal is really sick, or you don't know, the animal reacts very strangely, so I can connect to them, I can sit next to them, or even on video, and see what is happening and connect to their soul, if I may say, and then tell what is going on with them, what happened to them, what they want to say, because animals can't talk. So that's a very interesting part of my job as well, pet psychic. And so it's part of being a medium, communicating with souls of beings that can't communicate in any other way, but by just sending energy like that. And I can translate that energy into words, into ideas, feelings, and that's what I do with animals when I'm a pet psychic. I also communicate with aliens' energies, and that's kind of more a light that they send me. Sometimes I close my eyes and I can see some circles of lights. Most of them are purple, and I navigate through this circle of lights, and these lights are like messages. So it's like communicating with colors. That's how I communicate with them. So when I close my eyes, I can communicate with them, and they feel very powerful. They are in another dimension. They don't actually have to talk. They can communicate immediately with your soul, with your thoughts. They don't have to. They don't actually have to talk. They can just send lights. And I think that in the future, you know, when people talk about aliens, people think that there's going to be some weird people coming around at the supermarket and attacking us and looking green and weird and looking like weird. But in fact, I think they're already here. Their spirit is always around us, and they can communicate with us, as I said, with lights, in our mind directly. We can close our eyes and then communicate with their soul. We don't have to actually be meeting them at the pub or the supermarket and see some weird extraterrestrial coming, you know, wearing weird outfits. It's not like that. So they're already around. There's already an energy around of these aliens, and I think they're watching us. I think they're around, and they're really powerful and really amazing. I feel that they can materialize in a shape, in a real creature, if I may say, but they can also just be the light and just communicate with us. And I feel that somehow they will arrive, and that's going to be a very, very big shift. I think when we can actually really connect with them, merge with them, it's going to be something very interesting. And I wanted to say as well that I often see people like a normal human being with blue eyes, and I can see in their eyes that they have a connection with this alien energy. And usually these people that I see are very beautiful. I see a lot of them in Santa Monica, in LA, believe it or not. And I saw some as well in close to Helsinki as well, in Tallinn, in Estonia. All these people with really blue, transparent eyes, and very, very deep. It's extremely deep. It's like sapphire. And these people, I feel, sometimes have a connection with alien energy, and they often live by the ocean. So there's a connection between water, healing, these eyes they have, and every time I see them, I'm very impressed because I feel them extremely powerful. So so aliens, I feel, are around us already, and I think we're going to get more of that. So we are in a new world. Maybe that's a new normal. It's a little more science fiction kind of, but we don't have to comply with new rules of anything. That's what I'm feeling. We are free regardless. A lot of young people, you know, are really ready and are ready to live a long life, and they will do what they want. So, and they will meet the aliens. I think they will be here, and it's going to be part of this new world. So now I want to pick some more cards. I'm going to shuffle them and see a little bit. Let me see, is it going to be better to live in America or in Europe in the years to come? So I want to check for like let's say 2021, is America going to be a better place to live than Europe? So I'm going to pick a card for America, let me see, and then Europe. Where is going to be? And I'm asking myself this question anyway because I miss Europe sometimes, and I want to see where is going to be the best place to be based. I'm the world's medium, I can live anywhere I want. My company is in London, and I'm always all over, and I'm always wondering what is the best place to be. And I think the wheel is turning. One time it can be Thailand, one time it can be England, one time it can be America, one time it can be Mexico. Everything is shifting all the time, or same birds. And let's see, like, is it going to be better to be in America or in Europe in 2021? So America, I've got trust. Well, I like that. I feel both places could be good. I've got the trust card in America in a sense that there's going to be something solid about it. It's going to be solid. It's you know, the card that comes is a prenite. It's a trust. I feel that it's going to there's going to be a sense of trust coming back. And once again, I saw this gratitude card for people deciding for a new president, or for the same president, but someone they feel they can be grateful to, someone who's serving their destiny, their purpose. So this is who they're going to vote for, and I feel I can see that reconnecting like that with the person who directs the countries is going to be, people are going to trust it again more. It's going to be, I think the truth is going to come out, and so America, it could be interesting. And Europe has clarity. So I feel that Europe is going to be, maybe there's a lot of clutter in Europe in different countries, and I think it's going to be an awakening. Maybe Europe was too old in its way to address communications, first of all, between people, between countries. Maybe it's going to be the moment to think, okay, with what we have now, what are we doing? How can we clarify everything and be a little more united in our vision and in what we see, and you know, and how we deal with everything. So I feel Europe could be that way. So we've got, on one side, we've got something solid. On the other side, we've got something more open, clever, bright, with new ways. So I like that part, you know. And then now let's see Asia. How is Asia going to be in 2021? So let me see. Interesting. I see a card of a fertility. So it could be a new way I think actually Asia should be okay in the sense that there's going to be new things coming, new creation. It's going to be very much a moment to come up with new things. So it's fertility, the fertility card that's coming for Asia. So I think there's going to be a lot of new things, a lot of new ideas coming from there also, which is very good. I wanted to say hi to Jeanne-Marie, who's joining us, and Pascal, who I haven't seen in 100 years, last time in France. Everyone can ask their question. I'm live every Sunday, always at this time. I think it's 9 p.m. France. 12 is in Los Angeles. New York is 3 p.m. There's hello Andrea, welcome. You can ask any question you want. We're all connected right now, and I'm responding to the questions of the viewers for this special RTWM Tarot Live every Sunday. Everyone can ask their question. You just type it in, and then I pick some cards and tell you what is going to happen. So you're very welcome. Thank you for joining. This is my first live on Facebook. I hope everyone is enjoying it, and I hope it's as entertaining for you as it is for me. So I was talking about different countries. Where is it going to be good to live in 2021? So we were looking at America, we were looking at Europe, we were looking at Asia. Now I want to look at New Zealand, for some weird reason. Is New Zealand going to be a good place to live in 2021? So, well, there's a card of abundance coming in, so it's definitely going to be a comfortable place where they know how to deal with everything. It is a citrine card that comes up, and the citrine is a card of abundance. It's a card of success. Hi, Sue, welcome. Great to see you too. You know, you can ask questions during this whole little video thing. You're very welcome. So yes, I feel that living in New Zealand is going to be definitely a good choice for 2021 for all travelers here. I feel that this is not the end of traveling, and I wanted to say something as well about traveling. Everyone is worried that we won't be able to go from A to B, travel here, travel there. It's going to be complicated, and it will change. I think we're getting to the end of this whole oil business, and I think there's going to be a new way to travel everywhere, to take new, I think there's going to be a new way of new planes, new way of maybe new spaceships, but I think soon something is going to come up, because I think we can't live without traveling. And even though right now that I'm thinking about it, we are being told, you know, everyone's going to stay in their country, it's difficult to go here and there. I still feel that traveling is a right, crossing the world is a right, and it's important, and I think that will never end actually. Even though there's a phase of transition, I think people are still going to travel. People are used to be everywhere. People have been traveling forever. Even before there were planes, we would take some boats or walking, so people are still going to travel, I think, but there's just a shift we're watching right now, and things are changing. So when it comes to New Zealand, yes, I think New Zealand is going to be a good place to be, a comfortable place to be in 2021. And since I'm the world's medium and I travel a lot, I like to ask questions and talk about different countries and experiences and people I meet everywhere, unless you ask me questions. So I wanted to see St. Bart's. How is St. Bart's going to be? I know that Sue likes the area. She likes Anguilla, the island that is very close to St. Bart's. So she likes it there. Let me see for St. Bart's first of all. How is going to be 2021 there? Is it going to be a good place to be? So let me see. Yes. I see the card of empowerment for St. Bart's. I really like this card. So I see a lot of power, lots of energy. There could be some volcano energy around, by the way. So we have to be a little bit careful there. It's going to be a lot of, I can see a lot of fire going on in St. Bart's. So it's going to be the place to be. I think people more than ever will really want to do things and make it work. And what I like as well about people there is that they live in this small island in the middle of nowhere. The island is beautiful, but at the same time, there's a lot of work to do. Whenever something happens, everyone has to repair it themselves. They have to bring people to the island, to bring new tourists, do a lot of promotion. So yes, it's the empowerment stone. This is what's going to happen in the St. Bart's area, I feel, for 2021. It's very good, but just a warning maybe about volcano activity around, maybe earthquakes. They need to manage the heat factor a little bit better. That being said, I like the card empowerment, a lot of power. I think a lot of really wealthy people are going to invest even more with what happened. It's going to be a really good place to be. So let me see now for Anguilla, just for Sue. Let me see what Anguilla is going to be like, because you might visit again soon. Who knows? Now that I think the doors are going to open again at some point. So let me see what is the future of Anguilla in 2021. Well, Anguilla is a tiger eye card, courage. You know, it might face some challenges, maybe, and it's not business. I feel is not going to be super easy in Anguilla in 2021. You know, there's going to be, it's not going to be the easiest year, and I feel also it is probably connected to the fact that it had to close its doors. It kept like kind of a COVID virus-free zone, and they don't really let many people coming in. To start with the American people at the moment, so it's pretty locked, pretty close. So it's going to be a bit of a challenging year. 2021 is going to, people are going to really be strong and make it work harder than usual, I feel. Yes, so 2021 could be a challenging year for Anguilla. And now I want to check the UK, London. How is London going to be in 2021? Are they going to get their things together? And with this Prime Minister and the Brexit and all that, let me see how 2021 is going to be for England. How are things going to go? It's been a little bit difficult, but England is always so strong and can always wake up from any problems. It's a country that is very, very strong. They will never collapse. It's very interesting. So let's see for 2021, what is the future of London or England 2021? Perfect. The source card is coming up. So England could definitely be a country that we'll be watching. It always brings a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, but it seems to be the center of the universe in 2021. So I like that. I might pay them a visit. It seems that there's going to be a lot of new things, a lot of new ideas. You know, a lot of people have been, some people have been okay with their Prime Minister. Some people are not. That being said, I feel that overall he might open the doors for new ideas, new things, and you like it or you don't, but there could be some good profitable moments happening in 2021 in London. They might find a new way, and with or without Europe, I feel it should be like a good year for England, so it's probably a good place to be. And then I want to check, what do we want to check? Middle East a little bit. Let's go and see Israel. What is going to happen in Israel in 2021? Let me see if it's going to be a good place to be. Yes, the card that comes up, manifestation. It should be a place that's going to bring a lot to people. A lot of projects could arrive to completion in 2021. So, overall, from what I see so far, 2020 has been a year of transition. It's been a year to really realize the power of the media, who to believe, who to not believe, and to understand as well that from one minute to another, anything can change in our world. So it's not too late to change. The earth is still spinning, the sky is still blue in some places, in some other places it's gray, but we still have a sky, we can still breathe, we can still eat, we can still go to the garden, we can still, interact with people, so it's amazing, but all that could end. So maybe 2020 is a warning for people to see that you can't keep going like that, not caring about each other, eating junk all the time, being upset with yourself or with the others all the time. Maybe we need to, maybe it's a moment, to realize that maybe we're more powerful than we thought. In the positive and in the negative. And now I want to answer the question of Sue. So she is asking me, how do you see real estate investment in the US? So so let's see a little bit. That's a very good question. I know a lot of my clients are real estate investors and clients and agents in the US. It's a huge country. So let me see how I can see the future of real estate investment in the US. That's a very general question, but let me see how I can see it. So let me see. past, present, future. See a little bit how the evolution. Well, it's a moment of renewal. I feel at the moment everything is changing. You know, it's the way it's been done is completely changing. It used to be quite profitable, with a lot of money to make, a lot of people coming on board, and now it's a moment where something needs completely change. It's a complete change. It's starting from zero right now. So I feel that from what I see, I would encourage to invest in things that you would have never thought before. So maybe a little house in a lost village in a state where nobody ever goes, that kind of things. So maybe going away from the cities, going more, I don't know, I feel going away from the cities and investing in things that you would have never thought before. So maybe a place that just collapsed, a shop that closed, things that you would have never thought of before. It's about being bold, starting fresh, starting new. So I would say that the whole market is completely exploding, if I may say, not in a good way. It's completely shifting, transforming itself. It can no longer be that way. I want to say as well that what is happening with all these people homeless and these properties being so expensive in a lot of states right now in America, I mean, putting it to a level where people can't even rent apartments in some places, like in LA or in San Francisco or in New York City. It's almost impossible to pay, to buy things. That's going to explode. I feel it's going to shift, it's going to change, and it is the moment to change the system. So it's changing right now. So I feel that only people that have a clear idea of what, a clear vision, and ready to change everything, these people could win now, could be the big winners. So we're talking about maybe people investing in this small mini house, very small housing that you can put here and there, and you buy 10, instead of buying a big property in New York City or in LA, why not buying 10 little mini house all around America that can be moved around? I'm just giving an example, but that kind of things could work. You know, you buy 10 little mini things that you can move around as you need, or rent around, or that kind of thing should work better, because unfortunately I feel the taxes are going to be very high. I see a sense of everything is very regulated, and I think it's a moment to change the regulation. Who can do what, who can market things, who can buy and how, and everything needs to be more flexible. So the future, once again, I see a big change. These big powerful brands, big powerful real estate agencies having to change everything and become maybe more smaller little things than big ones. So I feel all the big actor in that sector they're going to be split apart. It's going to be more little mini things everywhere than one big thing. So and people with new ideas as well, as I said, with you know, being able to see, once again, buying houses in lost places that people maybe didn't like that much, but now, once again, with the internet, it could be interesting. So you have to really think outside of the box. It's not just how it was, where you're a realtor now and people are looking for an apartment in West Hollywood, in Vegas, whatever. It doesn't work like that anymore. I feel it's also going to be the moment to start your own thing on your own agency, with your own thinking, your own way, and it has to be different as how it was. So maybe a compromise between Airbnb and regular rental, you know, something like in between the two, where you can rent what you need and for as long as you need, but then you can leave it, you know. So I feel, yes, as you say, yes, the intuition is very much, things are changing, the way we live, who we rent from as well. I think a lot of people are going to want to create their own thing. So maybe enable people to create and to build their own little house themselves, maybe even with their hands, maybe kits, you know, housing kit. Maybe realtors, instead of now renting places that are already created, could maybe do that. You know, shift into selling this mounting kit or building kit for a mini house, or maybe selling a new type of mobile homes, but that are nice. It doesn't have to be something with a wheel missing or you're going to fall in a hole when you drive. It can be nice mobile home, a new ways. It's a new way. It has to change. But of course, the existing market will not want that. They will want to stick to the old rule. And I feel overall the whole thing is changing. The way we know, yes, manufactured cabins, the manufactured places that we can buy. So imagine if you're a realtor now, instead of renting 2 or 3 houses, 3 or 3 villas, or 2 or 3 apartments in a big city. Now imagine that you sell 10 little manufacturers' house to 10 clients that will ask you for more in the future. That's just a different way of seeing things, of living, of understanding. And maybe people now want to be more in nature. They don't necessarily have to be in a building in New York City, or to have to be downtown LA, or to be in a mansion in Beverly Hills. Maybe things have to change now. You know, I'm not saying everyone's buying a mansion in Beverly Hills, but a lot of people's dream, I guess, is to have a huge house in a pretty area. But yes, it could be more like that. So it's a change. It's going to be about new ideas, about being clever, about embracing new ideas. It's very much what it is. I feel also that people could want to go away as well, you know, so maybe people that can facilitate for people to move away, facilitators. Some people that, and now I recommended that to a client of mine, by the way. I feel that people who change states in the US, let's say when they move from New York to LA, sometimes they arrive in LA, they don't know anything about it. It's like if they came from China. They're in the same country, but it's so different, the circles are different. So maybe some facilitators, that would be a very good idea as well, that real estate agents are not just selling you a home or facilitating for you to move into a new house, but they could also be like a place where you go, you call, listen, I live in Minnesota right now, I really want to move to Vegas. Can you help me with that? You know, help me find a place to be, facilitate everything for me from A to Z, you know, how can I transition? So I think there's going to be a lot of new ideas, a need for people to help you transitioning, and you know, or maybe people who are living in a house and now they want to stay like, you know, small. They want their own small little house they're going to be carrying around, or you know, they can also be like systems where there's a lot of mini house here and there and people are shifting. You can be 6 months in that house, 3 months in that house. So I feel a complete change. I would not recommend to people right now to even imagine it's going to be the same, because it is not going to be the same. Everyone will have to change in that market. And there's a need for a change anyway, in a sense that when people who live in a city with, I don't know how many million people there is around New York City, for instance, but when you can't rent an apartment, it's the same in Paris, you know. Nobody can rent an apartment unless you have, I don't know, 20 people as a guaranteeing that you will pay the rent. I mean, this is a little bit crazy. It doesn't make life easy, and it's hard for people to find a nice home when you are so limited, you know, with whatever you can be given. And it's not just a matter of money, it's just not practical. So I feel there's a change for it. The market has to change anyway. And new ideas, bold ideas, things that you were not even thinking of are definitely the new ideas. And yes, building your own little house and putting it wherever you want. But overall, I don't love where the I don't love the way the U.S. Real estate market is moving towards. I mean, I don't love it, I have to say. I don't find that this is the best place to be right now in terms of sector. Right now, as we're talking, I don't love this whole transition thing. I think it's going to be better a bit later, unless you are a young entrepreneur, you have a lot of energy to put in there, you're ready to change everything, you know. Otherwise, I find it quite challenging, I have to say, and not definitely the most easy, breezy place to be right now, you know. But when a market is a little bit saturated, when the market is suffering, it means there's room for something else. There's room for new things, new ideas, new ways, new avenues, new places. So I think there's a lot of that going on in the US. And what I would recommend for a lot of people from the US, move to Mexico. It is really chill, and all the stress that you might have had in big cities. And like, I used to live in LA, I've been there for 5 years almost. And you have less stress here. You can relax a little bit, the space is a bit bigger. So I can see a lot of people from the US wanting to move here, you know, and being away from this hectic city life. But anyway, not everyone lives in the city. Some people live in very nice relaxing places by lakes, and so these ones are really fine where they are. So we're getting close to the end of this Sunday RTW and Tower Live. I will be here live every Sunday at 12, which is noon LA time, 2 o'clock Mexico time, 3 o'clock New York time, 9 p.m. Europe. So everyone can watch around the world. It was a modest start, but I'm really glad I could do it and I could answer the questions of my dear viewers. It's been a pleasure. And I will be back next week. Thank you very much. At the meantime, you can book a session with me through my website, theworldsmedium.com. You can also go directly on my booking system, rtwm.as.me, and I'll be very happy to do a reading for you. You take care. Have a great week. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.